Hello and welcome to Crimes of the Heart Tarot. I'm Miss Vicki, and I'm going to use the tarot to see if we can gain more insight into unsolved mysteries, deaths, and disappearances. Let's get started.
Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today I want to do a reading about the missing mother in Winona, Minnesota. It's Maddie Kingsbury. She's been missing since March 31st, 2023, and this is the 15th of April, about 2 weeks. She's the mother of 2 children, and her ex-partner, I guess you could call him, the father of her 2 children, Adam, I think it's Frankel, lived at the house with Madeline, with Maddie, and their 2 children. Now, on that morning, March 31st, Madeline and Adam drove their 2 children to preschool and dropped them off in her van. She had a van, a minivan. He has a car of some kind. They drove back to the house, and they had dropped the children off about 8 o'clock that morning. And they came back to the house. Apparently the neighbors did see them. Now, I'm not positive if they saw both of them, but I think they were both seen coming back from the school to the home. Now, the situation became a little strange that day. Madeline was scheduled to go to work. She worked at the Mayo Clinic, and she drove her van, and the March 31st was a work day, so her work expected her to arrive. I don't know if Adam worked or not. I think he was a software programmer or something. I don't know if he worked at home or what. The situation with them, the background was that they were not married, and he did not have custody of the 2 children. I believe they were 5 and 2, are 5 and 2. And they had separated, but he had not moved out. She had asked him to move out. This is from relatives and friends. And supposedly he was supposed to be moving out March 31st. She had a relationship with another man, a boyfriend, and apparently that was the plan as far as her friends said, friends and relatives. Now, he was seen driving off around 10 o'clock in her minivan, which is strange because she used that to go to work and was supposed to go to work that day according to her mother. And he drove around for about 3.5 hours, returned back to the home about 3.5 hours later. And in the meantime, Maddie's work had called. Her cell phone, her ID, I don't know if her purse was there, I don't know if she had a purse, and the jacket she had been wearing that morning were in the house. But no Maddie. She had not answered any texts, she hadn't answered her work call, nothing. And apparently he came home from wherever he had driven in her car. I guess that would have been around 1:30. It's not for certain on the time. And she was not there, but her effects were there. Her, like I said, the cell phone, the jacket, things like that. Now, I don't know when they were supposed to pick the children up, but he had not picked the children up. Now it's daycare, so I'm not sure what the pickup time was. None of her friends and family had contacted her. Then apparently he notified the police, I'm not sure what time, that she was missing. I don't know who picked the kids up. It's very strange. The fact that she had been planning on having him move out might have been a factor in this. But it's very odd that she didn't go to work, and she didn't pick the children up, and she didn't respond to any texts that she got from friends and family like she usually did. So she's missing now. Now, in the last few days, the Child Protective Services have taken the two children, and apparently Adam put up quite a resistance. Didn't want to give the children up. He had some of his relatives at the house, which is kind of strange, but it wasn't. Now, that's the other thing. We don't know if he was part owner in the house, if he just paid rent. They haven't talked about that. So Child Protective Services came out, I think, about 5 days later and took the children because he does not have possession of them. He's not their legal guardian. Apparently, when Child Protective Services came, he had some of his relatives there at the house. And they put up a resistance. They wouldn't give up the youngest baby and all that. But finally, the children were taken to Child Protective Services, where apparently they're doing okay. But there's no sign of Maddie. The police have taken the van into custody, or whatever they call it. They've taken it to do exams on it for evidence. I don't know if they're checking his cell phone, her cell phone. I just want an idea about what happened in that house. What happened from the time that Madeline and Adam returned from dropping the children off? And what happened between the time that he drove off in her car? It's kind of strange, but strange things happen. All right. I want to get a feel for the energy around both of them the morning that they took the children to daycare. Now we've got, let's see if you can see these. All right, we have the Nine of Pentacles. This shows a woman with little children. Happy. This is a happy card. The Nine of Pentacles this is someone who's a single woman who has income, who's a self-made woman, and she was successful in her job at the Mayo Clinic. I don't know what her financial situation was, but she was an independent, self-made woman. She was not married to Adam. And her plans, from what the friends and relatives said, was he was going to move out, and I think he was going to move out that day, though that's kind of hearsay. Then we have the Four of Swords. This is someone wanting a rest from a situation. Someone who's been through the wars, been through the battles, and this could be the situation with Adam, their home situation. I don't know what it was like. Nobody's really talked about it. But apparently she had found someone else and wanted him to move out, so that couldn't have been a real positive situation in the home, though I don't know. Some people do get along very well. Okay, so her situation, she was independent, she was happy, she was making plans. Someone wanted a rest, someone wanted to stop the situation. They didn't want to go forward into battle. They didn't want this to go on any longer. Could have been Adam, it could have been both of them. All right, then we have the Eight of Cups. Now the Eight of Cups that's a positive card. This is in reverse. This is someone who wants to walk away. This is someone who's built something, done something. This is someone walking away. I'm going to read these upright. I think with this card deck, we need to read them upright. All right, the Eight of Cups. This is someone who's built something up, but is walking away. I think this is Maddie. It could also refer to Adam, but, I believe the house might be in her name. That we need to find out. She had a good job. Children were in her custody. She had sole custody of them. I don't even know if he was on the title of the home, their home, or what she planned to do. All right, then we have the Ace of Pentacles. All right, this is the start of a new plan. This is a new plan. This is of the earth. It shows rocks. Rocks, someone burying something with rocks. We need to hang on to that. All right. This shows more to me. These first cards show me Maddie's frame of mind. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. This is good luck, depending on the cards around it. I think since she's not been seen, this could mean a turn of the wheel in the wrong way. I'm getting bad luck, being in the wrong place at the wrong time, almost karmic. And this refers to Adam, I think. I don't see him in here yet, but maybe that's part of what he was feeling. Then we have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is kind of an interesting card. This is someone who, I'm trying to see what the little figures are. They look like little salamanders on there. All right, Seven of Wands is someone who is kind of doing a new plan. This is someone who, this again could be Maddie, stepping back, feeling like you're being attacked. This is a reputation card too. This is something about self-esteem. I think this is Adam. Put him over there. I haven't seen too many cards for him yet. All right, the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is a card of charity. This is someone giving to someone, but it's not quite fair. This is a well-off person giving to a person that's not so well-off. This is, I believe this is Adam. I think he felt like he was getting the short end of the stick here. They are his children. But I'd like to know if he paid for the house. I'd like to know if he's on the title of the home. He feels cheated. He felt cheated here. This is alleged. This reading is just alleged. This is just my interpretation of the cards. Yeah, this shows someone feeling cheated. I think since Adam hasn't been accused of anything, we'll just go ahead and assume, you know, that he's not involved in this. Then we have the Ten of Cups. This is a happy home. This is someone who wants to keep the happy home. He did not want to move out. This is what I'm getting. He did not want to move out. And he felt that he was being treated unfairly, that this is money, that the money wasn't fair. I think she made more money than he did and paid more of the bills. But he was happy there. I mean, he obviously cared about the children. He liked having a nice house to live in. Ace of Pentacles. This is a new plan. All right, then we have the Knight of Pentacles. No, this is someone out in nature with a computer, doing something outside. Then we have the Magician. I'm getting that, first of all, we'll call him the man of the house. He was happy with things the way they were. He didn't want to move out. She was happy being an independent woman, self-sufficient, taking care of the kids. He was happy living there, and he wanted a happy home. She wanted something else. Then we have the Magician. All right, the Magician is someone who is making things happen. This is someone who could be someone who pulls the wool over your eyes, who is mixing up the evidence, changing things, making a plan. This is Adam. Okay, he had a plan, but I don't think, what I'm getting is, just from these cards, I'm getting that she was very happy being an independent woman. She wanted to be alone. She wanted him to move out. And he was very happy living there. He had the happy home. He had access to his children. But the money was a problem. He wasn't paying his fair share. That could be why they've separated, and she was planning on going her separate way. The Magician is somebody making plans about the future, but doing things in the wrong way, hiding evidence, doing things that aren't right. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles. This is someone reevaluating money, coming up with a new plan. This is also can mean failure of a new plan. This is somebody who things just aren't working out for them. From what I hear, they're like two separate people living in the same house. She's a successful, independent woman. She wanted to get away from him, get away from what they had together. She wanted him to move out. There was some fantasy going on too with him. I think he was doing things on the computer. I think this also could be something to do with how their money was spent. Bills, running up bills. This is not Maddie. She was tired of this. She was tired of what was going on. We have two computers here. She wanted it to stop. She wanted whatever he was doing, lots of fantasies. He was doing something online, and he was doing something with their money, and she was tired of it. This is where she asked him to move out, or told him to move out. He was really happy living there, doing whatever he was doing. He felt like he was lucky, but then the Wheel of Fortune turned. I don't see what happened that morning. I see their current situation, their prior situation before she disappeared, reevaluating things. The Seven of Pentacles is, it's usually work, but it can be business, it can be anything, it can be health. This is someone changing, wanting to change things. This is Maddie. He did not want that. So what happened when they got home? This is a slow-moving situation. This situation had been going on a long time, and she was done with it. I don't know how long they were together. The children were 2 and 5, so 5 years. And this had been building up. This is to do with the computer, and I get children, little children. I don't know about that. All right, so 2 separate people. He was happy. She was making plans to make herself happy. This card worries me, the Ace of Pentacles. This is the beginning of something else. I don't think this is Maddie. Pull a few more cards. What happened? What happened that morning? They got back, according to the neighbors, and you know, neighbors are kind of nosy and watch everything, but that was their usual MO, I guess, to drop the kids off around 8. I'm getting something too in my mind right now. Why did they both go to drop the kids off? Because it was supposed to be a farewell from Adam. He was saying goodbye to the kids, and that's what set him off. Okay, I think that's when reality hit him, that he was saying goodbye to the kids and to his home, his happy home, his life, his comfort, whatever he did on the computer. He was a software programmer, I believe. That's too many cards. So he was happy doing that. But also he was doing more on the computer than just doing his software. He was doing something else. That's part of what they broke up about. Right. What happened that morning? The son, he realized that he would not see the kids again. She had custody of him. I mean, he never did have custody. He thought about that, a happy home. This was like a goodbye trip for him. I don't know if they both ever took the kids to preschool together. This was a goodbye. That morning was a goodbye to the kids. She said, okay, that's what I'm getting in my mind. You can go with me to drop the kids off, say goodbye to them, and then you're going to move your stuff out while the kids are gone. He saw that. He saw the happy home. He saw the choices he'd made, the children, and they started to quarrel. This is the Five of Wands. This is quarreling. This is fighting. They had an argument. He backed out of his promise, I want to say, to move out. I think he had told her, all right, I'm sorry about what I've been doing on the computer, about the bills. There were things going on that he was doing while she was at work and the kids were gone. They had an argument. All right, what happened after that? All right, this was between the time they came back from dropping the kids off at 8 and him driving off in her car. That's strange. I mean, if she was going to work that day, why would he take her minivan? That makes no sense whatsoever. And we'll look into that in a minute. What happened when they started to quarrel? What happened when they were quarreling? He didn't want to give up what he had. He wasn't going to give it up. It dawned on him the kids were not his. They weren't legally his. The house, the nice house. He was going to have to walk away. And I get that he kind of was a dreamer type. He wasn't grounded in reality. He lived in his head. I think he thought she wouldn't do this to him, ask him to move out. But it dawned on him that morning. Whatever he was doing to make her angry, whether they just grew apart. This was about money. This was about him staying home, doing things on the computer, fantasy things too. She found out about a lot of that. Not paying his fair share. All right, so they started to quarrel. Heartbreak. The Three of Swords is heartbreak. There's someone crying. Oh, look, there's a moving van. Look at that. Can you see that? There's a moving van. There's a woman crying. Oh my gosh, I don't know what those little fairies are or something around her. She's got keys. There's the keys right there. She didn't do this lightly. She asked him to leave because she couldn't deal with it anymore. And he was devastated. They had an argument. I think the reality dawned on him that morning. And then we've got the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is someone with money. This is someone who has a lot of positives in her life. This can be health. She had a good job. And she is walking away with someone else. I think he just went crazy. He looks to me like the type of person, from what the cards are saying, that doesn't deal in reality. And he'd been putting this off in his mind, not wanting to deal with it, thinking things would change. They had an argument. She was walking away, the Queen of Pentacles. And what happened after that argument? What happened? The Death card. Oh, okay. It can't be any clearer than that. They had an argument. She was walking away and making him move, demanding that he move out. And she died. That's what I'm getting. I don't usually see the Death card that way, but look at this. There's a for sale sign. I don't know if she had plans to sell the house too after he moved out or not. She might have been looking for something in a different area. Wow, these cards are really graphic. This is pretty plain. The argument, she's gone. She's passed on. The argument resulted in death. And I don't usually read the Death card like that, but there it is. She's not on this world plane anymore. All right. Okay, now we know he drove off in the minivan. I believe that the fact that he would take her car, he wasn't thinking clearly. This was a man who had a lot of fantasies. I don't know if he had any problems with substance abuse, but he wasn't thinking clearly. He was definitely into fantasy of all kinds. So this happened. I don't think he planned it, but I think he'd been thinking of what he was going to do. He might have even planned something like this, but I don't see that in the cards. All right, what happened after that? The Strength card. All right. He's strong. He knew that he had to do something. I believe he put her in the van. I don't know how. The neighbors didn't see that. Of course, the neighbors don't see everything. And it shows him jogging along a trail with he drove away with her in the van. And that area has a lot of trees and lakes and all kinds of stuff. Minnesota is a beautiful state. And then we get the Seven of Cups. Wow, the Seven of Cups is more fantasy. He drove off. I'm not so sure he had a plan. He was thinking of all kinds of ideas. Now, he was gone for a little over 3.5 hours, according to what people saw him coming and going. His vehicle was seen driving. Now, his father lived about an hour away, something like that, but he was seen going farther, I believe, south, away from that area. Very forested area, lots of trees. I think he didn't even have a plan of what he was going to do. He had her in the car. If he had a plan, it wasn't like a solid plan. It was a fantasy plan. I almost feel like here he is running in his mind. What am I going to do? What am I going to do with her? I don't believe he had a plan beforehand to do this. I think he had a lot of thoughts. All right, so she's in the car. And where did he put her? Where did he take her? Where's Maddie? Where is Maddie? They've looked everywhere. I mean, that whole area, the police, there have been volunteers searching, family, friends, everybody from the community. The King of Pentacles. King. Now, there is some speculation he might have driven south to his father's house. This is about money. This doesn't really fit with these other cards. This is money. This is the King of Pentacles. This also talks about the earth. This is a very earthly person. These two cards go together. I don't think there was anyone else involved. And I don't think he went to his father's, though a king is an older man. That's a mystery right there. What did he do with Maddie? The car. He was driving her van that afternoon from about 10 to 1:30 or so. What did he do with Maddie? Where is Maddie? She wasn't home. She didn't pick up the kids. What happened to her? She was in the car. He had her in the car, in the minivan. Where's Maddie? What did he do with her? And this is all alleged. I mean, he may be perfectly innocent. And I'm going to try my readings not to name names so much, because there's so much liability on YouTube. I don't want to have a problem with that. I want to read the cards, but try to keep it more anonymous. All right, we've got the Four of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. The Four of Pentacles is about holding on to what you have. He was very, very concerned about not letting go of the children, of the house, money, his situation. He kept thinking about this when he's driving. The Ace of Wands, this is a new beginning. He was saying to himself as he's driving, this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing him saying, I have to be strong. I'm going to say that she just disappeared. I'm going to get on with things. But what did he do with her? And who is the King of Pentacles? I wonder if he'd been seeing someone. These two cards, I have to find out more about them. All right. So he's driving along saying, I have to be strong. I can make this work. I can have the kids. I don't know if he was on the house title. I don't know how much income he had, but he was trying to make a plan. He didn't go to the press conference. He said the police told him to stay away, which is not true. He's acting very suspicious, but people do act suspicious. Seven of Cups. Wow. This is heartbreak. Queen of Cups. We have a queen and a king. King of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. I think this is just things going through his mind. He's thinking about her. He's tried to be what she wanted, but he wanted to be his own man. The King of Pentacles. I think he was somewhat delusional. Driving along, I think he was making plans. I can be the king of the household now. I can have the children. I don't know if he owned part of the house. He was actually making plans to take over. And he was thinking back about the problems he'd had with her, how he tried to be a good husband. She wasn't happy with him. This is called justification. All right. I want to know where Maddie is. Where is Maddie? Madeline Kingsbury. Where is she? Madeline Kingsbury. Where is she? Where is she right now? The Two Wands. Two Wands is making a decision between two things. Or not making a decision, but standing back. Wands are action. Wands are fire. There were two places she could be. I see fire. I see wands. There's salamanders. Salamanders are supposed to stand for eternal life. That's a myth, but they're in the cards a lot, salamanders. I'm reading him, but I'm not reading him like a normal person. I'm getting a lot of fantasy. He had two ideas. He wasn't really thinking clearly. I'm not so sure he planned this in detail. A few more cards. And where is Maddie now? What did he do with her? I get two separate ideas. All right, we have Temperance. Here we go again. Temperance is patience, balance. And then we have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is going within, dealing with your inner self. Oh, of course, this is tearing him apart right now. But he's feeling stronger every day. These are the secrets. I don't think he's going to ever say what he did to her. And this is all alleged. This is my interpretation of the cards. I have no proof that he did anything to her. This is secrets. He's not saying where he went. Though I think they've seen him on camera. And this is patience. I think he thinks he's going to be okay. I think he thinks he'll just work things out. There won't be any evidence. I just have to hold on. But where is Maddie? Where is Maddie? He had two ideas. He came back without her. Where did he leave Maddie? Where did he leave Madeline Kingsbury? Where is Madeline Kingsbury now? Where is Madeline Kingsbury now? Ace of Swords. This is a new idea. He's making plans to keep going. He's not going to give evidence. He's making his plans. The Ace of Swords is the beginning of a new idea. I'm getting him now, but I'm not getting what he did with Maddie, and this is all alleged. He may have had nothing to do with her. Ten of Swords. This is overkill. This shows plants and trees and birds. Doesn't tell us where she is. The world. The world is watching him. I know. She's just a ghost now in the world. The only thing I see over here, besides him being the king in charge now, is the Ace of Pentacles. I see little gnomes rolling rocks around. Wherever he put her, I think he covered her with rocks. Why I think that, I don't know, because there's a bunch of rocks there. A few more cards, and then I'm not getting where Maddie is. Maddie Kingsbury, where is Maddie? Where is Maddie? Can you show us where she is? Rocks, there's rocks. You get rocks. She has to be about an hour and a half away, because it took him an hour and a half to get back, an hour and a half to go somewhere. There's the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. There's the happy home again. Did he take her to his father's house? People say no, that they saw him driving a little bit farther southwest. His car was seen, but I don't know for sure if that's a real sighting. He could have taken her to his father's house and put her somewhere under rocks. But they seem to think that he was seen somewhere else. He could have put her anywhere. That's all I'm getting right now. This is the frustrating part about doing the cards. You get a lot of the emotions and situations, but when it comes to finding people that have been deceased, it's very hard. The cards have a very hard time. I see rocks. I see that it might have been, he might have just, maybe he was thinking of going to his father's house and then changed his mind. Then we have the Hierophant. This is another kind of a father figure. He may well have gone to his father's house first and then decided not to dispose of her. Or he might have disposed of some evidence and then gone on. He only could have driven about an hour and a half one way, which is his father's home or further down the other road down there. I can't remember the name of it. Well, I think we're gonna have to close the circle. Where is Maddie? Where is Maddie? Where is Madeline Kingsbury? Where is she right now? Where is she? Where is Madeline Kingsbury? Where is Madeline Kingsbury? Where is Madeline Kingsbury? Where is Madeline Kingsbury? The Knight of Wands. She's happy now. That's what I'm getting. She's passed on. She's making little things, lighting little candles. She's a happy person. She's not angry anymore, upset with him. But I do not see where her body is. I'm going to call it like it is. And this is all alleged for entertainment purposes only. I have no knowledge of what happened to her. I don't know her. I don't know him. And he's innocent until proven guilty. Just another card. Where is Madeline Kingsbury? Where is she? Where is her body? Madeline Kingsbury, where is her body? The stars. All I get is a star card. She's moved on, but she's still around her children. She's happy. I do not see her physical location at all. I see rocks. I see possibly two places. I think I'm going to close the circle now. I may do another reading on her. Well, we got some information about what happened. This is all alleged. I don't mean to say anything about Adam, her partner, the father of her children, being guilty of anything. He did do some very suspicious things. The police are gathering evidence. Hopefully the truth will come out. All right, I'm going to close the circle. I want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.